Hi, Miss Pickles here with another fun balloon twisting tutor-rama. My special guest today is Professor KenDenDen, noologist. Welcome, Professor.
Greetings to you, Miss Pickles. As a noologist, we study all things. Today, we will be talking about what I like to call balloonology, the science of balloon twisting.
Excellent. I love that because I use balloons all the time and I still have questions. Do you mind if we ask a question before we get started?
Indubitably. What would you like to know?
Well, I've always been told that we stretch a balloon before inflating it. What's the science behind that?
The science of balloon twisting is very complex, involving air pressure, physics, the displacement of matter, and...
Okay, can you explain it in like 10 seconds?
Why, certainly not, Miss Pickles, not in 10 seconds.
Now you have 8 seconds.
Latex balloons are hard to blow up. Stretching them makes them blow up more easy.
Boy, that makes sense. You must really love science.
I heart science, Miss Pickles.
I guess I heart science too. I sure do heart balloons. Which brings us to the tutorial section of this tutorama. We're going to be doing the heart pole. Alrighty, welcome back. We're going to be doing the heart pole today. So are you ready, Professor?
Miss Pickles, I am ready.
Alrighty, we're going to start off by picking 2 balloons. I like to get 2 colors that are kind of contrasting, one light, one dark. So I'm going to pick white and lavender or lilac. Pretty.
Well,
What you going to get?
seeing that we are in Denver, Colorado, I think I will pick a orange balloon and a blue balloon.
Nice. Okay, I always like to warm them up in my hands in case they're cold, because sometimes they can be. And then you can stretch both of these at the same time. Hold them really, really, really well, firmly on the ends, and then just stretch them and bring them back. And then you're going to inflate these almost all the way. You just need a teeny tiny little bit at the end that, just a teeny tiny bit at the end, just not too super tight. And we're going to blow these up the same amount of air. So after you do your first one, blow up your second one, okay, Professor?
Yes, Miss Pickles.
We're going to tie that off. Let me see how much air I have. Just a little nub. Just because we're going to twist it a little bit, we don't want it to be so tight and full that it pops. So I'm going to blow up my second one.
How's this?
That's good. Muy bien. So we're going to get our second one on. Pump that about the same amount. And then here's a little trick I like to do. So you keep pumping, okay, while I show them this trick. I put the 2 knotted sides together. Oopsie! And then I just kind of lay them side by side. See if they're the same length, which these are. If they're not, I'll show you a trick. We'll wait for the professor and see if his end up the same size or if one is a little smaller. Because balloons will blow up different sizes based on if you stretch them differently or whatever. Fibers are weird. All right, so put the 2 knotted sides side by side, and then we're just going to see if they're the same length. Do you have one that's shorter? Now see, his orange one is a little shorter than the blue one. So here's a trick. I will show you a trick. Let me see the orange one. That's a few inches shorter. So what we're going to do is grab it. I squeeze a little bit, and then just pull it. Sometimes it makes a pretty horrible noise. Now put them together, and we'll see what happens. It's a lot closer. It's almost the same, because you do want these pretty good and even. So I'm going to do it one more time. A little bit more. Okay. Now put those side by side. I've got my knotted ends together. And that should be pretty close, yes? Oh, we're looking good now. All right, so now we're ready to twist. We're going to take the 2 knotted sides, put them side by side, and just grab them, pinch them, and just make a little tiny bubble, 2 little bubbles at the top. We're going to twist it a couple times. I like to make them opposite, keep them opposite with the colors. And then I take one bubble and make it go all the way through the middle. make it go around in between the two big ones, and then come back. And that will lock the balloons so that when you're twisting them, they won't unravel. And I don't have very big hands, so I'm going to use my knees for this. So you're going to start, if you've ever twisted hair, maybe, you take 2 strands and you twist. So it's the same as that, but with your hands, and the balloons are big, so we're going to start twisting. And then I put my knees, put it between my knees, and then we twist. Try to make it as tight as you can. Use your knees, you can make them tighter. And if one ends up a little shorter, you can stretch it again too. Keep twisting until the end. There you go. Okay, and then at the end you want to grab them and then twist them. And then take the orange one. I just take the smaller one. Take one and you're going to put it in between the two. Just like we did at the beginning to lock it. So now these lovely poles are not going to unravel. So this is the pole. So flip it up the other way, because we're going to put these 2 little bubbles inside of something lovely. So pick another color that you like that would go with that. You can do fun tan or black or yellow or whatever. And I'm going to take this again. I always warm it up a little bit. And I'm going to stretch it. And then this one we're going to blow up about the same amount of air, just a teeny tiny bit uninflated, so that you have a little bit to grab on, and you'll see why. Okay, just a little bit uninflated. And this one, it is called the heart pole. A little more, a little more. There you go. Okay, stop. Don't see a little too much, but that's fine. You can let a little air out. If you go a little too far and inflate it all the way, that should be fine. And then tie it. This one is called the heart pole, but I also call it the birthday balloon, because once it's done, it's almost as tall or taller than most of the kids I twist for. So they love that. So now, can you squeeze the air back toward the knot from that end? Just squeeze it. There you go. So that you have, just so you have a little bit uninflated, right? Do you have a little nub? Tiny little nub? Well, if not, you can just grab a little bit of the latex, yeah, just like that. And then you're going to turn it, make a circle, and then tie a knot. So we have a good circle. It's kind of tough when you overinflate it, because there's really not a lot to grab onto, so it makes it a little tougher. But the professor is working it out. Yes? Okay, once you've got it all tied, we're going to form this into the shape of a heart. I just put this on my belly. Here, let's put my pole aside. Stay. I just put it there, and then I put one hand in the middle. I try to find, like if you pull it, you can find the halfway point of the circle, which is right there. And then I'm just going to put this side of my belly and put my hand right in the middle. And then I'm just going to make it come through my middle finger and thumb so that it's actually forming a heart in my hand, just like that. And then you're going to squeeze. I like to squeeze up here and down, up and down. Like we're pumping up the heart. And then we're going to squeeze that a little. Kind of a horrible noise. Squeeze that a little. And if you squeeze more, it'll be a lot more pointed. And if you don't like it like that, you can squeeze more. And the more you squeeze it, the pointier it will get. And it'll be shaped like a little heart. And what we're going to do with this is put this at the top of here and wrap it around. So you have your pretty little heart pole, which is taller than most children, almost as tall as me. So what you're going to do, again, you're going to just take one of these bubbles and make it go all the way around the base. Whoopsie. Good catch, Professor. You want to do it? Make it go all the way around and bring it to the opposite side. I like to put a bubble on each side so that it kind of holds the heart up. And then you've got a lovely heart pole. Fun. How did that go for you, Professor? Enjoyed?
Very enjoyable, Miss Pickles.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me.